Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Divine Journey. I know this episode's coming out a day later than normal. Normally it would come out on a Monday, and it's coming out on Tuesday. That's just due to the weekend. I hope you guys all had a wonderful Labor Day. I actually had a very busy Labor Day, but it was mainly spending time with family and stuff like that, so that's why I was a little bit late, or a little bit light on videos over the weekend and everything. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into what we're going to be doing today. The main things that I did since last episode was I did a bunch of mining, and I also spent a bit of time on the Blood Altar area. So we'll take a look at the Blood Altar area whenever we get over there. I have a couple main things that I want to work on today. The ore processing system, we're going to save that for last, just to see if we have enough time, because I have a bit of blood magic that I want to do. And I also want to prioritize auto-crafting with AE2 before we... You know, that's more of a priority for me at the moment than... ore processing. So anyways, the first thing that we're going to do is auto-crafting. So let's go ahead. I've got a bunch of Stardust quartz. I've got some being charged. I got a stack over there that's being charged right now. So the first thing that we're going to want to do, the first thing is we are going to need to get an Emmy Controller, because we're starting to run out of channels quickly. So we're going to have to get some Futura blocks. Let me grab that. And let me grab my chisel. And we'll go ahead and get that. And then the Emmy Controller, it requires some Skystone blocks, some pure fluix. I think we've got everything except for the Skystone. And I've got some Skystone right here. Let me just let me go ahead and cook up like a stack of this. Right now we're going to start with just one Emmy Controller, and then of course we'll expand on it as we need to, or once I figure out exactly how I want to lay it out. Actually, I'll just throw it here. Hey! Hello! And get our Emmy Controller. Oops. And that should finish a quest out for us. Let's take a look here. Automation, Emmy Controller, and they're going to give us some sunglasses. Alright. And let's go ahead and put this thing down somewhere. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to trade it out. I forgot this was still running. We're going to trade it out for our energy acceptor for right now. So we'll put that right there. Is it... Okay, it looks like it's all still lit up. So we've got some channels, and power, of course, feeds into that. And let's see, that'll be 8 channels. I don't know how many we're using right here, but... I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's actually have... See, let's do some slight adjustments here to the way this is laid out. We're going to put one piece of Emmy Conduit right there so that it brings channels over to that section. And then what we're going to do is just kind of break this off, I think. Right there. Have that connect up. And so then this line is only really connecting to the Emmy crafting terminal and the Emmy drive, which it's taking a second to... There we go. So this is really only using... Oh yeah, and this iron chest. So three channels, which really this iron chest, I could break off that connection and dump everything into that storage cell. That wouldn't be a problem, but I'll leave it as is for right now. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to get some interfaces. So let's see. Emmy Interface... we are going to need some more formation cores. Let's get like 2 of these, and let's get like 2 annihilation cores. And then quartz glass, we'll go ahead and get a little bit of that. And Emmy interfaces, there's 2 of those. Alright, and then molecular assembler. This requires a machinist workbench, dark steel, quartz glass. Okay, 10 gear, there's that. Strong box. Oh, this takes 2 more 10 gears. And then we just need a crafting table. Just lay one of these out. There we go. And I think right now we're going to start with 1 molecular assembler, and then later on we'll expand on it once we have some auto crafting in place. Right now we will prioritize the interfaces over the molecular assemblers. As you guys know, normally I do like 4 molecular assemblers per interface, but this time we're going to do it a little bit different. Okay, we are going to need some more fluix. That's pure fluix. Okay, let me get 14 charged Certus, So there's 28 fluics. I'm going to go ahead and just break all of that down. Just because we'll put it to use, so it's not a problem. Okay, so there's our fluix dust. Let me go ahead and grab this back. And there's our annihilation core. And then I want to get our molecular assembler. We should have everything now for that. There we go. Okay, do I want to get more interfaces? Perhaps? Like maybe 2 more of those? So there's 4 interfaces and our 1 molecular assembler. Okay. Now, before we can actually use these, of course, we are going to need a new terminal. And actually, this is done. 2 emerald ore. Sounds good. So we are going to want to get ourselves a pattern terminal. And I wouldn't mind having an interface terminal as well. So for this, we're going to need a couple... Ooh, I'm out of electrical steel. Okay, let me get... I'll go ahead and get this electrical steel being made. Like, once we get this stuff done, it's going to make life so much easier. By the way, one thing I was thinking about on the Blood Altar, and we'll get into that in just a moment, but originally I was planning on doing sacrifice runes. I always go sacrifice runes. And long term, we will go sacrifice runes. But I was doing some thinking, and I don't really want to mess up our Blood Altar setup. Because, you know, generally whenever I do sacrifice runes, that tends to be what I do in like every series, is go straight for sacrifice and put a spawner up there, and there you go. But I was doing some thinking, and I think in this series, I think we're going to start with self-sacrifice, then later on we're going to change to sacrifice runes. And the reason being is that I really don't want to mess up our area. You know, I don't want to have that big ugly like spawner chamber above the, you know, I forgot we're going to actually need 12 electrical steel for this. That big ugly spawner area on top of the altar and all that stuff. I mean, we've got a nice looking altar area, so I think what we're going to do is just go for self-sacrifice and then rush for, you know, the Well of Suffering and get that all set up. Because I already have an area set up for the Well of Suffering, like where that's going to go. I'm not 100% sure how I want to handle the Well of Suffering. I don't know if I want to do witches or something like that, or if I would rather do, you know, maybe do it with Cursed Earth or something like that. I'm not for sure. So that I'm still kind of debating on, but I think as far as the starting out, I think I want to go with self-sacrifice in this series. So there's our pattern terminal. And then for our interface terminal, this is going to require another crafting terminal, a couple interfaces. Okay. Okay, we're actually going to need more aluminum. Glowstone silver 10. And I'm already thinking, like, next episode, if we don't get the ore processing stuff set up this episode, then we're definitely going to do it next episode. And then we'll probably do some automation with machines and stuff as well, because I would like to get alloys being created. And there's a couple ways I'm thinking about doing that, and I think we're going to have it automatically keeping them in stock next episode. Is kind of my plan. So we'll get into that next episode, though. Alright, illuminated panel. All these terminals. So much terminal crafting. Crafting terminal. Okay. And so now we're ready to get our interfaces. We'll go ahead and get I'm going to go ahead and get like 4 of each of these. And then I'm sure that I'm going to need more quartz glass, so there's that. Let me throw that electrical steel back in there. Interfaces, let's get 2 of these guys. And then our interface terminal. Is there not a quest for that? Oh, there is. Just didn't pop up. Okay, so interface terminal, they're going to give us a crane backpack and a crane control. And then the pattern terminal, they're going to give us 3 blank patterns. Alright, sounds good. And I'm just going to put these into there for right now. Okay. And these terminals, interface, and pattern. Let's put these out. We'll just do it like right here. So here's pattern, here's interface. And of course right now, oh, we've got an interface. Oh, that's the one down there that's keeping stuff in stock. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put our blank patterns into there. What does it take? Oh, we got the Network Apprentice achievement. I tell you what, let's go ahead and put the molecular assembler down. And I tell you what, I need a cable anchor or something. What does it take to make a cable anchor in this pack? Pretty standard. So we are going to need a Certus quartz cutting knife. And then we'll just do, yeah, I guess iron probably be our best bet. So, alright, and we'll just anchor this off because I don't want that connecting. And for right now, we're going to set up our molecular assembler setup just right over here. So we'll just do interface, molecular assembler, interface, interface, interface. Okay. So, of course, all 4 of those can feed recipes into the single molecular assembler. Now, it's not going to be able to craft a whole lot. I mean, this isn't going to be all that strong, because if this is being used by, say, this interface, then, of course, this interface wouldn't be able to use it as well. So, it's going to be kind of a waiting process for, like, big crafts and stuff like that. But we just want the basic stuff on hand, is what I want at the moment. So, alright, so the first pattern that I'm going to want is the blank pattern recipe, of course. Oh, gosh. And that requires electrical steel. Yeah, this is going to be bad. This is going to be very, very bad. I'll tell you what, vibrant quartz, let's go ahead and encode that one. And let me go ahead and get a couple pieces of that. Blank pattern, go ahead and encode that. Wait, what did I put for the quartz? Yeah, I don't want Certus quartz crystal. I want pure Certus, I think. So let me make up some pure Certus. I've got a couple stacks of Certus on me. And we'll go ahead and just convert all of this stuff over into pure Certus. Almost 2.5 stacks of Certus. And I'll go ahead and get this converted over into pure Certus. And in the next couple episodes, we're going to automate this whole process as well. I think we're going to do it with 6 crystal growth accelerators instead of just 5. I think we're going to up it to 6. So our stuff should grow fairly quickly, right? If we have 6 crystal growth accelerators on there. Alright, so the pure Certus is done. Let's go ahead and change this recipe over. We're going to say that you use pure Certus instead of that other Certus. And we'll just go ahead and put these into the molecular assemblers. There we go. And can I order some blank patterns? Like maybe 4? Nope, we are missing a lot of things. Okay, so quartz glass. Let's start with that. We've got vibrant quartz glass, but we need to teach it actual just quartz glass. So there's that. And we'll just put that into here. I'm thinking about actually plugging up like a temporary alloy smelter and sag mill, just because the amount of electrical steel that we're going to be using is ridiculous. But we might wait and handle that next episode, so we'll see. I think we're actually about out of... Yeah, so we only have... Oh, man. No crafting CPUs. Oh, yeah, I haven't done the crafting CPUs yet. No. Whoops. Okay, let's do the crafting CPUs then. So we're going to start with crafting units. We're going to need just 2 of these. I mean, really, I could get by with 1, honestly, but we're going to start with 2. And then let's get ourselves some 1K Emmy crafting storage components. We're going to need redstone alloy, of course. So let me get some redstone. Oh, wait, it's not iron. That's conductive iron. Silicon. And I think we're going to go with maybe like a 4K to start with crafting unit. So nothing too expensive. Where are you at? Induction smelter. There we go. We'll get that running. There's some more electrical steel. Let me get the stuff for... Yeah, let me go ahead and get like another stack of electrical steel being made. And we actually completed a quest here. The crafting unit, they're going to give us a gold pet armor. So we'll go ahead and take that. Just throw that into there. Some more electrical steel. Okay. Then let's go ahead and pop on up here. And we're going to work on just a couple more little things I'd like to get in place. Because I know when I was talking about our ore processing system, I had some suggestions about running some of the stuff through, oh yeah, we need one more of those. Whoops. Anyways, I had some suggestions about running some of the ores through induction smelters so that we had rich slag coming in and all that. But there's really no point in that. We don't really need rich slag coming from our ore processing system. So we're going to automate that in a different way today. And just so you guys are aware, that it's a thing, that you can do it. 4K. 4K. Alright, give me one 4K storage component. There we go. And can I get some patterns by chance? Like 3 of them? Oh wait. I keep forgetting. I don't have my crafting unit set up. Okay, so crafting unit plus 4K storage component is going to give us a 4K crafting storage, next gen crafting, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a, what is it, co-processing. This requires just an engineering processor. We're going to go ahead and get one. Really, realistically, there's not a whole lot of use in having a co-processing unit when you only have one molecular assembler, but I figure we go ahead and make it. They're cheap enough that it's not really a concern. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to put this just right in here for now. So that's our crafting unit, our CPU. And we will definitely be expanding those as time goes on. Okay, so now I should be able to request a pattern. So give me, say, 2, 3 of these. And they will fairly quickly get crafted up. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. And we'll just put this into here. And then the next thing that I want to get is I want to get, let's see, the crafting card is an advanced, or a basic card. So I'm going to want a basic card. And this actually requires something we haven't really made. I think, didn't we make Signalum at some point? Not enough to complete the quest, but I do think that we did it at some point, so. I don't make blends. I hate making blends. Alright, redstone, silver, and copper. Alright, there's 12 Signalum. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this stuff back in there for right now. Because electrical steel is a little bit more important than Signalum, but... and that completes a quest here. Give me Signalum. Redstone reception coil. Sounds good. There's that. And I apologize about that, like, low humming outside. Oh, it actually just stopped. They're doing something, I don't know what they're doing out there, but they're doing something with, like, a pump. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Which is weird because it's actually like fairly early in the morning right now and they're just like pumping something up or something. I don't know what it is, but anyways. Okay, so let's get ourselves a basic card. There's that. And then I'm going to want a crafting card. That is what I want today. So crafting table. Go gadget crafting table. Let's get this. I hate like when it does that to me. When it's like, oh look, there's 50 million crafting tables, and if you click on the wrong one, it doesn't shift click in. Okay, so crafting card, and then I'm going to want an anvil, which I actually have a couple right here. Okay, and I actually changed my mind on how I want to do this. We're not going to use the crafting card that we made. But we did complete a couple quests. We got the basic card. We get 8 Emmy smart cable fluics. And then the crafting card, we get 12 more smart cable fluics, which that's actually going to come in handy. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just throw fluics into there. I'm going to want one other thing. Right now I've got a cyclic assembler, a schematic, induction smelter, an anvil. None of this stuff's too expensive. But I'm also going to want a machine, I'm going to want a crafter from Ender.io. But to do that, before we do that, I want to automate just a couple things. First up, I want to automate pistons and weighted pressure plates. So there's weighted pressure plates. I think all this stuff should be in the system. Let me actually get one of these. And there's a piston recipe. And then I'm also going to want to automate machine frames. I believe 10 gears. Oh yeah, we haven't automated those yet. Well, let's automate seared glass. Let's also automate 10 gears. And then let me order just a couple more of these patterns. So we'll say, give me like 4. No. Give me like 3. Yes. Okay. Give me like 3 of those. And I'm going to go ahead and put this stuff into here. There's that. And then I'm going to want, just give me one of these. And are my patterns done? They are. This is one of the major things that I wanted to get automated today is like machine frames. I hate making those. Absolutely hate it. Machine chassis. Okay, for this we're going to need to teach it how to make basic capacitors. So there's that recipe. And go ahead and give us one of those. And then machine, we're also going to need iron bars. So there's how you make that. And then lastly, machine chassis. Oh yeah, I'm going to need one other thing here. Well, for starters, I'm going to need a pattern. Actually, I'm not going to be able to do that. Whoops. Let me get some more nether quartz dust being made. Because basically I figured since we're going to need a crafter, we might as well go ahead and automate the machine chassis. Because that's something that I wanted. Now, like I said, next episode we will spend a bit of time doing machine automation. So that we have this stuff on hand all the time. Because I hate having to make all this stuff manually. Especially like all the pulverization that you have to do with like nether quartz dust and with you know, coal dust and all that stuff, and then in addition all the alloys that you have to make and so much stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and order ourselves a machine frame. And then we can just put that into the recipe. There is our machine chassis recipe. So we'll just put that into there. Okay. So now, let's go ahead and order ourselves a machine chassis. And I'm going to want a crafter from Ender.io. And let me go ahead and get a crafting table. I haven't automated those yet. I'll do a bit of like recipe automation between this episode and next. We're also going to need a Z-Logic controller. Let me get a zombie head. It's been raining here like all the time lately. Like, the past, like, week, it's just been, like, pouring rain every single day. It's crazy. And so there is our crafter. Our Ender.io crafter. Okay. So now we're all set. Let me go ahead and get, like, one more anvil. There we go. I was messing with some stuff because I was figuring out, like, when I got to thinking, I was like, wait, I don't really want to do it this way. Like, you can see I've got a hyper rationing pipe. I made all kinds of stuff. Retrieval node, I made one of those. Of course, that's QED to make that. But what I decided on is actually really simple. Really, really simple. Okay, so we're going to set this up, and I think we're going to have it like right in here. I do believe. So what we're going to do, let's just pull these blocks up. And we're going to have our induction smelter just setting like right here. And let me go ahead and remove this stuff. And I'm going to want to bring some power down along through there, and I guess technically I could remove this conduit, so I'm going to do that, and I can switch that around. I'll do that just because it saves us Emmy conduit, which is a little bit more expensive, of course. Alright, let's clear out the induction smelter. We're also going to have the crafter setting right here, and we're going to have our cyclic assembler setting right here. Okay. And we'll go ahead and put a schematic into here so that opens up the schematic slot. And I should have grabbed some iron. Well, I'll tell you what. We don't have to worry about that. First up, we are going to hit lock flux slot. And we're going to have, let's see, item conduits. Yeah, we're going to have an item conduit come over. And we're going to say that you can insert into the green slot only. That's the flux slot. And we're going to say insert, and you can say now sand is getting dumped into that. And sand will be the only thing that can get dumped into that because it's the only thing in our system right now that classifies as a flux item. Okay? And since sand is in here, it's never going to run through all of the sand. So it can we can pretty much just leave it alone. It doesn't need a filter or anything like that. Alright, and then next up what I want to do is, well, we'll go ahead and put one anvil into here so that this will start running. Alright, you can see that we got 2 pieces of slag and 31 iron. This first setup, this is for just standard slag. I figured we'd do slag and rich slag together, right? And then what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and set up some item conduits. And we're going to say that this is output for, oops, just this top slot. Okay? Then what I want to do, actually I guess, technically, we could output both of them on the same connection. That would be fine. And then what I want to do is in this crafter, we're going to go ahead and just set up a recipe here. So we're going to say iron goes just like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to say buffering item stacks is buffering single items. Okay, because we don't want any buffers filling up inside this crafter. And then we're going to say that you can insert, this is going to be a priority of 10. This is the highest priority between these two, mainly. I mean, this is really the only place, I think, that iron should be able to go. So it shouldn't be a concern. Yeah, this should be fine. And then what we're going to do is we are going to say, or actually, you know what? No. We can go ahead and change this. We're going to say that you can only output the red slot of stuff. And then this bottom slot, yellow, is going to pump out of the back of this. And then what we can do is we can just set up some item conduits. Pop back here. And we're going to say that you can extract always active. And there we go. Okay, so that's set up. Of course, it's not going anywhere just yet. What we're going to do, let's actually go ahead and set up the drawer for this. And the reason I got a 2x2 is so we can have slag and rich slag going into the same drawer without issue. So let me go grab my key real quick, actually. And I might grab some packing tape as well, just to make it a little bit easier. So paper, give me 3 pieces, and then give me packing tape. That'll definitely make our lives a bit easier. So, and actually, I haven't really locked up these drawers, so let's go ahead and lock all those. There we go. We'll lock that. We're going to put slag into this in the first slot, and then it's going to be like rich slag, and then like a couple other little small items that come from our cobble works. So, I'll go ahead and grab that, and then I guess let's set this up. Tell you what, I'm going to start moving the magma crucible stuff, I guess. And magma crucible, I don't know, right here. For now. I'll do a bit of... Uh-oh.
Sea storm! Birds of prey!
Next episode, a lot of these machines will be moved because a lot of this stuff's going to go into our ore processing system, so... Okay, so that's set up now to take the slag in. And then what I want to do is, let's say, the cyclic assembler, let's teach it a recipe here. And we're going to say that if you take iron like that, you're going to get a block of iron. And we'll go ahead and lock that in. And then what I want to do is set priorities for this. We're going to also say that you can insert on the bottom. Okay? And then you can output out the right side. And the crafter is going to pull from this side, push on this side, and then this is going to insert on this side. The purple on this side. And so then all we have to do is set up priority. So we're going to say that this is priority 10. This one is just priority 0. That's fine. It's not really, it doesn't need to be a high priority. It needs to be lower than the crafter. And the nice thing is, since we have this buffering single items, 4 pieces of iron, anytime that an anvil gets broken down, 4 pieces of iron are going to go into here. And then the rest is going to go into the cyclic assembler. Okay? So we'll go ahead and dump in that. And let me grab that. There's our blocks of iron. We're going to lock those in there. And then we can throw that in there and it gets dumped into the induction smelter. Okay, so now what happens, it's going to break down one of these anvils. It's going to create iron. And we actually get the same amount of iron back that we used. And why is this not... Oh. Redstone, extract always active. Forgot that part. Okay, so now you can see that it's making a new anvil before it even finishes the second one. The second one should be popping in. Pow. There we go. So basically 2 anvils, and this just constantly runs. You always get back the same amount of iron that you use, so all we're really using is 1 piece of sand. And the nice thing is the anvil actually has, if you look in the induction smelter, it has a 160% chance to get slag. So now we have just tons of slag coming in. If we run over here and take a look, we've already got 15 pieces of slag. So this drawer, 8 stack limit, I'll probably upgrade it, but this is going to fill up in no time. No time at all. Okay, so that's slag. Now let's handle rich slag. Look at this madness that is the Pelicans. Okay, so for rich slag, it's really pretty much the same idea. I'm going to go ahead and actually just steal this induction smelter for right now. This is the one that we actually upgraded to reinforced a bit back, and I don't know if we can upgrade all the way. We're going to see if we can, but we probably won't be able to. I don't know, we might be able to. Resonant. We're going to need an Enderium gear and some silver. Actually, we'll be able to pull it off. Okay. Enderium gear, and then just a little bit of the silver. There we go. Resonant Induction Smelter. And does this already have the secondary, the augments in it? Yes, we just need the last augment. So we're going to go for the Gyro Servo Feedback Augment. Now this is going to require Cryothium Dust. That's Blizz Powder. Get a couple of those. What are we missing? Snowballs. You know what? I have snowballs. So there's 2 Cryothium. And then the Pneumatic Servo, Hardened Glass, all that stuff. I think we've got all of that as well. Actually, there's Pneumatic Servos. Okay. Well, we've got pretty much everything that we need for that. So Servo, I think it's just standard Hardened Glass. Yes. Gyro, Servo, Feedback, Augment. And we'll just put that into there. So now it has maximum secondary chance. Now we could do that with the slag production, and I probably will at some point. Let me actually turn this down, like hostile creatures, because those guys are kind of annoying. Alright, and we are going to want just one more crafting table. That's fine. There's that. And we'll get our crafter. Let me order the machine chassis, and then I'm going to have to go get one more Z-Logic controller. Of course, I got the wrong zombie head. I got angry zombie instead of normal zombie. And I don't know that I've scanned these guys, have I? There we go. Evil Pelicans. And we'll go ahead and set this induction smelter up. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have it setting like right here, I believe. Configuration, let's say flux slot. And we're going to go ahead and feed in, once more we're going to do the same thing as the last one, just feed in sand. And then we'll just pop up here. And this one follows pretty much the exact same principle as the last one. It's very, very simple. There's our crafter. And what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves just some redstone. And we've got a filter. We've got item conduits. We're also going to want just a little bit of gold. So we're going to say 16 pieces of gold. That sounds good. Alright, so our crafter, we're going to have it setting like right over here. And then let me get some energy conduits plugged up like that. Crafter goes right here. We're going to say, I'm going to go ahead and say buffer single items. That's fine. No, I'm going to say buffer item stacks. No, buffer single items. There we go. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up a recipe here, and we're just going to say that if you take gold and some redstone, you're going to get a clock. Okay, so there we go. That's going to make a clock, and we're going to say that you can output out the side. You can insert from that side on purple. So the clock comes in. And that one didn't get anything, but this is pretty much like we did before. If you recall, like we had slag, rich slag being produced when we were using it for our phyto grows. And we're going to say that you output the red line on the top. And then we'll just set up some item conduits here. Like that. Insert. Extract. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the interface that's over here. We're going to say that you keep redstone. Keep like 20 on hand or something. Alright. And then what I want to do is just set up some item conduits here. Let's see. First up to the crafter, we're going to have this line, and we're going to say that this inserts on yellow. Okay, some off-the-wall channel that we're not really using for anything else. And we'll just bring our item conduits back along. Let me go ahead and just break this connection. We don't really need it connected there. And basically all we want to do is just plug it into the interface, say that you can extract, and it's going to be on yellow. The only reason I'm going with yellow is just in case we happen to set something up and it plugs into this. We don't want it connected. Like, we don't want this item line connecting and having like a same channel or something, messing stuff up. Okay, and that one should be configured, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's already insert. So that should keep redstone in here at all times. So then if I was to make, another clock, go. So it's got 4 clocks. I mean, really, I could just have like 2, just like with the anvils, but Okay, you can see it's made some rich slag there. And that should be running pretty non-stop. And it should always keep 20 redstone in here. And, I mean, redstone's not necessarily a renewable resource for us at the moment, but we will be automating that fairly soon. So, it's not keeping it in there, though. That's an issue. Shouldn't be an issue, but it's being an issue. I don't know. I'm going to let it run for a little bit and see what happens. I mean, for example, if I pulled out, say, 32 Yellorium, that fills back up. Yeah, it's just not wanting to keep it filled for some reason. Anyways, you can see rich slag is building up in this. We're going to go ahead and deal with that, and then I'm going to try to figure out why this is acting up. So, extract will be the yellow on the back. And then we'll just put an item conduit here. We're going to say that you don't connect here or here. And then we'll just bring this on back like that. And we'll say that extract is always active. And then let's grab some of this rich slag. And we'll just put that into there. So we have 3 rich slag right now. We have 136 normal slag. Okay, so slag is pretty much automated. I've got to figure out why it's not sending redstone, though. That's going to be an issue. Because I've got redstone in the system. I don't know why it's refusing to send it to the interface. Yeah, 5,056 redstone at the moment. There we go. If I put it in this slot, it keeps it. So, whatever that's about, I have no clue. But that's running again, so we'll be producing some rich slag. It is 1 redstone per run, but it's a fairly good chance with all the augments in there. It's a fairly good chance that you're going to get rich slag. So, where did all the pelicans go? If it just despawned when the sun came up or something? But fairly good chance that you're going to get some rich slag. So, I mean, I guess I don't really need the basic item filter. No. Okay, so that's done. Slag's being produced, and it is in our system. So we have 8 pieces of slag. And from that, then what we'll do is we'll automate our phyto grows. So I think that's the way I want to do standard vanilla farming. Just so we have something a little bit different, kind of an alternative to just setting up harvesters and stuff like we do every single series. So we'll use phyto grows for some of it, then we'll also use agricraft farming stations for others. But alright, so that pretty much covers what I wanted to do today with AE2. So we're going to go ahead and switch over gears and go into a bit of work with blood magic, I do believe. So right now we've got 62 blank slates, 19 reinforced. I'll definitely have to make some more of those, but let me actually grab some more, like another stack of frozen stone. I think we've got some over there, but I'll grab a stack of that. And then we're going to have to start getting into blood magic alchemy. Blood alchemy. Because to make our runes, if we take a look at that, self-sacrifice is going to require a bit of glowstone, some dark steel, some reinforced slates. Actually, that's not bad. That one isn't as bad. So, the speed rune, though, is the one that requires the Magicalis. And I think sacrifice... No, sacrifice doesn't either. Okay. Well, I am going to want some speed runes, but I guess we're going to start with sacrifice runes. I'm definitely going to have to get some more glowstone production up and going. And you'll notice it's not beeping anymore. It just stopped. I didn't change anything. It just stopped on its own, so... No clue. No actual clue what the cause of that was. And we're just going to set up a crafting table temporarily, like right over here. Uh-oh. Oh, I think that was just a bug. I lit all this area up, by the way. And actually, I'm going to show you guys around what I've done. I did finish the back section there. You can see the back section now mimics the front section. And I also completed the overhangs on these. So if you take a look here, you can see that these actually kind of hang over. I haven't done lighting up here yet. I will do that. But I'm going to be kind of careful about it because I actually like the snow here. I actually like the snow on the top a bit and on the center section through here. But so this has an overhang on both sides now. And then I made these into like double pillars. So instead of them just being like, they looked very 2D when they were just a single pillar, so I did that. I still got to do some sprucing up between these because I'm going to do some decorative work. I just haven't done it. I had such a busy weekend, honestly. And then up here, you guys probably saw this thing. This thing took a little while. This is nether brick fences and kind of like a chandelier design. And then I'm using, I've still got a bit of work to do with it because I kind of want to make these things. I'm thinking about putting a block above these. It's also the bloodwood, to kind of make them fit into the chandelier a little bit better. And then these are just lava lamps. It's 8 iron and 1 bucket of lava for those. So, but yeah, basically a bit of that. That actually took a while. So, oh, and I finished the bottom section. If we come over here, we have a trapdoor in this corner, and we can go down to the bottom of this. And this is where our sacrifice, our well of suffering, is going to be. Underneath the altar. So I did work on that a bit. So the bottom of it, I'm still going to spruce up the bottom a little bit. So if we take a look here, right now it's just kind of flat. But I'm going to do kind of like maybe some pillars. Oh, afrits. Like I haven't decided if I want pillars or if I just kind of want it floating. I'm not 100% sure just yet. But those afrits are doing something. They're going somewhere. Okay, but anyways, let's go ahead and see about getting ourselves some sacrifice runes. Rune of self-sacrifice, that's the one I want. Oh wait, that's the tier 1. We're going to have to upgrade blood orbs. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so blood orb. That's the first thing that we want to do is upgrade that. First up, we are going to want the Apprentice Blood Orb. This requires a cubit crystal. Okay, let me pop back over there. By the way, we will be setting up teleports fairly soon once we get the ability to do so. We will be doing that. I haven't decided if I want to go with maybe blood magic for teleportation. That's very much a possibility. So, alright, so cubic crystal. There we go. Just one of those. That should be everything that we need. And I may have enough blood in there right now. I'm not for sure. I didn't make as many stones as I meant to. By the way, I did some testing. I still haven't gotten these things to grow. Like 1 sapling, expanded the amount of netherrack. I put lights down there. Nothing works. And I used bone meal. I went through a whole stack of bone meal on a single sapling. It didn't do anything. I don't know why it keeps doing that, because this is lit up, by the way. All this stuff is lit up with glowstone carpenter's blocks. So just shift right click a piece of glowstone onto there, and it will light it up. So there we go. Okay, we barely had enough. And we'll go ahead and activate this. So the Apprentice Blood Orb is now ours. Dump that into there. Okay, and now we can get our self-sacrifice runes. So this, that. Okay, and we should be able to get 9 of these. That's a good start. There we go. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and put these on these 8 slots, because the more life point production that we've got going, the better for us at the moment. So just do that. Let me pop down here and grab these. And then what we'll do is we'll start changing over the next floor down. Let me see. We've got 9, 10. If I recall correctly, the tier 2 is going to require 20 runes. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to start making some speed runes. But what we'll do is we'll pop on down here, and you can see that where all the sandstone is, that's where runes need to go. So let's do like that. And we'll start putting these in. There's one sacrifice rune. I'm definitely going to want some more reinforced slates. These slates, ugh, they're terrible making all this. Alright, so now if I stab myself, That's a little bit more blood. It's still going to take a while. But if I recall, only 4 of these self-sacrifice runes are actually taking effect right now. So it only does like the 4 cardinal ones as a tier 2. So that's why we want to rush for the tier 3 right now. So we've got a bit more dark steel. I'm going to need more reinforced slates, I think. But I think what we're going to do first is we are going to get into blood alchemy. Because to get our speed runes, we're going to need an alchemic chemistry set for this. Oof. And this is 2 Magicalis each. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to set this up. And at least get this up and running. And then we're going to have to do something with Cyclops eyes. Like we are going to have to do that. So this requires blaze rods and cobblestone. Let's go ahead and pop on over here. Because this is not cheap. This is not cheap in the least. The alchemic chemistry set isn't. It's pretty bad. I do have a Cyclops in a soul vial. So once we get to where we can start making those spawners, we can start doing that. But I think probably our first step would be MFR spawners. Alright, so alchemic chemistry set. We're going to need a brewing stand. That's not a problem. And I'm actually going to go ahead and grab like another one of these. I do believe. Because I think that's probably going to be the best way to get regen, right? Aha, you know what? We might actually start farming Lycanites. Because we can make moss pie. Moss pie is not that expensive and it does give regen. If I recall correctly, it's like 30 seconds. It's actually a bit easier than doing alchemy. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go for aspids. Probably at the beginning of next episode. Because I'm going to have to go out and find some. You know, we found some on camera, but it's a little bit of a ways to go find a swamp. But let's get our alchemic chemistry set. We're also going to need 3 redstone alloy blocks. I have these all in compacting drawers. I don't know why I'm counting those out. We're also going to need 2 dark steel blocks. There we go. And then our blood orb. There we go. Alchemic chemistry set. Okay. And we've actually got some Cyclops eyes. I have 3 of them. So that'll at least get us started on the Magicalis that we need. Not going to get us all the way, but we can get like 1 speed rune or something. Alright, so speed rune, that is dark steel, of course. And then Magicalis. Magicalis is gunpowder, redstone, simple catalyst, glowstone. Simple catalyst is bronze blend, gunpowder, glowstone, redstone, sugar. Okay. Man, this stuff is so expensive. I don't have any bronze. Alright. I'll tell you what, we're going to make some. It's, what, copper and tin to make bronze? I can't remember the exact measurements. I think it's 3 parts copper, 1 part tin, I think. And then we'll just sag mill this up and get ourselves some bronze blend. So there's 2 pieces. That'll be fine for now. And then what we're going to need to do is start up our alchemic chemistry set. Now I think to make this, let me see, because I know it's going to take some life points. Speed rune, Magicalis, 1,000 life points. And then simple catalyst is 400 life points. But we're going to give it a shot. Okay, so bronze blends goes in here. Bronze blend. Simple catalyst, gunpowder, glowstone, redstone, sugar. And then we can put our blood orb in there and it should start running. There's 1 simple catalyst. And there's 2 simple catalysts. Okay. Go ahead and use up some of this. I need to make a rune thing shortly. At some point. Alright, simple catalyst. We're also going to need Cyclops eyes. And I'm actually going to let it run 1. And then I'm going to top off my blood network because I don't know how much I have in there right now. I need to make a Divination Sigil. We will. If I don't have enough, it'll just kill me. So, okay, there's 2 Magicalis. Awesome. Okay, have we hemoglobin? Let's see. The Apprentice Blood Orb. They're going to give us 4 electrical steel. Alchemic Chemistry Set. Let's go with the glowstone. The other stuff we have plenty of. And then the self-sacrifice rune. Make 4 of those. They're going to give us 2 iron gears. Okay. And then, now that we have some Magicalis, is there a quest for the speed rune by chance? Yes, make 4 of them though. Aha. Well, we're not going to be able to do that just yet. Because we don't have nearly enough Cyclops eyes for that. There is our speed rune. These take... yeah, these do take blood runes. Okay, a little bit later on, I went ahead and made 1 additional blood rune. So we're going to have 1 speed, 9 blood runes, because I think once everything's said and done, you know, the first tier of runes we're going to have 8 just self-sacrifice, and that'll eventually become sacrifice. And then on the second tier of runes, which is 20 runes, we're going to do 10 self-sacrifice, 10 speed. And of course the blood runes upgrade into speed. I don't have the Magicalis just yet to get speed, but I want to go ahead and get up to our tier 3 altar. So let's go ahead and get our self-sacrifice runes, because these we can afford. There's that. And, oh yeah, these. We just need 9 more of these. There we go. And then I also want to go ahead and get a Divination Sigil. Because I think we've got everything on hand for that. It's actually not that expensive. Might as well go ahead and get one. There we go. Okay. And that actually completes a quest. We get 6 pieces of paper for the Divination Sigil. Okay. Oh, simple catalysts. We didn't turn that in, I guess. Whoops. I could make some, though. But it's not really a big concern right now. Let's go ahead and pop on over here. I want to get up to our next tier of altar. So, I will say that I'm really, really torn. I think next episode. You know, I was originally planning on doing ore processing and stuff like that. I think next episode, the only thing as far as AE2 that we're going to do is automate a couple machines at the beginning of the episode. That's just for alloys and sag milling purposes mainly. But I think the majority of next episode will be dealing with mobs. We're going to be doing a little bit of farming with Lycanites. It's been a long time coming, but we are going to do a little bit of that. And then we're going to be spending a bit of time working on spawners. These aren't correct, are they? No, that's not even in the right spot. They need to go, yeah, right there. Okay, so we're going to do our 10 self-sacrifice runes. We'll go ahead and put down our speed right there, and then blood runes here, like that. And that should be a tier 3 altar now. Let's see, how much... We have 1,000 life points in our blood network. Great. Let's go click this. It is a tier 3 altar now. So all these self-sacrifice runes and that speed rune, they're all taking effect now. So if we were to use some blood, it's actually quite a bit more essence that goes in there now. That's going to make life a whole lot easier. Just that, you know, that big difference there as far as blood production goes. Okay, and then of course we can put our Apprentice Blood Orb in there and absorb a lot of that blood that's in the network, if we want to. And if we take a look now, our Divination Sigil, you can see the blood starting to build up in that. So, that's good. Okay, well, the next thing that I want to do, and pretty much the last thing that I want to do before we end out the episode, because I know it's getting close to wrapping up point, I mean, to really progress with blood magic, we're going to have to get into spawners. Even if it's not for the blood magic or the blood essence production, we're going to have to get into spawners, and that's due to the fact that we need Cyclops eyes and stuff like that to do a whole lot as far as progression goes. But let me pop down here. Let me get that bronze blend. But next episode we'll be doing some auto spawners and farming Vespids, or Aspids I mean, for Lycanites and whatnot. So okay, let me get I'm going to get a couple more of those simple catalysts real quick. I'm going to have to farm up glowstone between episodes as well. Gunpowder, and then sugar. And we're going to have to automate simple catalysts pretty quickly as well. I don't want to automate simple catalysts. I don't want to automate anything blood magic, though, until we get the Well of Suffering. Just because I don't want it to be draining out our life points, you know, and us have to be manually keeping that stuff caught up, so... Okay, so there is our simple catalyst. We could go ahead and get our Magician's Blood Orb, maybe? Ice Stone? Ooh. I think we've got Ice Stone, don't we? No, where's Ice Stone? Oh, Ice Shards. Okay, there's Ice Stone. But that's the one that requires 25,000 life points to get. Oh, and we actually completed this quest here, too. Magicalis. They're going to give us 2 Dark Steel for that. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to turn our attention just briefly. I know the episode's about to have to end, but we'll turn our attention briefly towards our auto spawners. Okay, for Minefactory Reloaded. Because this is what we're going to be using, I think, to spawn our Cyclops. But the main thing that I want to go after right now is the Offensa. Because this stuff requires Incendium, also Strengthened Catalyst. This stuff's a little bit expensive. Man. So we're going to need a bucket of lava, a simple catalyst, netherrack, 2 pyrotheum. Okay, so pyrotheum. Let's get, I'm going to need coal. I'm going to go get some of this sag meal. I don't know, I feel like after a few episodes, this blood magic stuff's going to be a whole lot easier once we can actually start getting it automated. But starting out, this blood magic stuff is so expensive. Like, so time consuming. Alright, so there's one of those for right now. And then we're going to need our bucket of lava. Yeah. Okay, there's our Incendium. So that's the first part done. And then to upgrade that into Offensa. Actually, I think there's a quest for that, isn't? Yep. They're going to give us 2 dark steel for that. Okay. And then to create the Offensa, that is Strengthened Catalyst. Okay. Strengthened Catalyst is 2 simple catalysts, bone meal, and nether warts. Okay. So let me get gunpowder. Let's go ahead and do like 5 of these. Okay. And I've got enough for 5 batches of this, so we'll let that run for just a minute. I'm going to keep that bronze blend on hand, I think. And then for the Strengthened Catalyst. Okay, there's actually a quest for this. Bone meal and nether warts. Alright. And I'm just going to make 1 of these. So then we're going to want nether wart, 2 simple catalysts, and then, what was the other thing? Okay, so I've got that running. We should have 2,000 in here now. There we go. And there is our Strengthened Catalyst. And for that, they're going to give us 6 ferrous ore. Okay. Hold on to that for now. Okay. Now we can make Offensa. This requires 2,000 life points. And this stuff's expensive. So that takes Incendium, Strengthened Catalyst. And then it also requires an arrow, flint, and then an ender sword. And I can't remember, do we have an ender sword up here? I think we might. So there we go. And we've got our 2,000 life points in there right now. So that works. Oh, wait, Offensa, doesn't it take... Oh, we're going to have a tier 3 blood orb. Oh, we have a splash potion of regen. We're going to take that. I'll tell you what we're going to do. It's going to be actually not that bad. We can get our tier 3 blood orb. We can do it. Let me put some of this stuff up, actually. Okay, I'm just going to grab a bunch of these potions of healing. And we'll just... From our witch farm, or our mob farm. And let me grab this. Okay. So we have that ice stone. I mean, the ice stone was easy enough to get because we have tons of those mob shards. So I think getting our tier 3 blood orb is not going to be that bad. We'll put our ice stone into there. Let me go ahead and top off our stuff, though. There we go. And then I can just drink, say, a potion. There's a few health from that. And then we'll put our ice stone into there. That's going to start draining some of that off. And then I can just keep it up with that. Because there should have been like 10,000, I think, in there. And we'll go ahead and throw our potion. We should be getting just about done at the moment. There we go. Oh man, that was tough, actually. it went empty a couple times, but yeah, there we go. Tier 3 blood orb. Go ahead and activate that. And that should complete a quest. Okay. So 4 solarium for that. Okay. That's honestly probably one of my least favorite items to craft in blood magic is that orb. Because you never have enough life points, and it's just kind of a nuisance to have to craft it. Like, or not really a nuisance, it's not really a nuisance, but sometimes it's difficult, because a lot of times you'll set up and you'll think, okay, I'm ready for this, and then you'll start going for it, and then your life points will run out, and you're like, oh, well, gotta restart. Like, these early stages of blood magic, I always hate these the most. Like, once you get to, like, tier 4 and onwards, you're pretty well set. So we're getting close. We're getting close to the point where we can make our, actually start using our sacrifice stuff. So, alright, so we got our Magician's Blood Orb, and then we should have enough life points in the system already. 2,200. That's perfect. We'll put that into there, and presto, we have Offensia. Okay, so that is done. That's actually the worst part right there, making the spawners and stuff. Getting that tier 3 blood orb, getting Offensia, and they're going to give us a soul vial. What is in this soul vial? A bat. Ooh. That we'll definitely want to hold on to. Okay. And I've got a cave clops and I've got a cyclops as well. Just saved. Of course, if we want to change them to safari gnats, we can just let the monster out and then capture it with a safari gnat. Just soul vials are easy enough to craft. That's why I've got those crafted up. I think, I know it's about wrapping up point, so I think I'm going to end it out here. And then next episode, when we come back, what does it take to make these? Gusty cores. Okay. Yeah, we'll be getting into that stuff very, very soon, actually, which is going to be fun. But anyways, I know it's about wrapping up point, so I am going to end it out here. We'll take a quick look at the achievement book. Make self-sacrifice runes or sacrifice runes. Yeah, we've done that. We're not doing that. Craft more Emmy storage cells. I'm going to wait on that one. More drives. Emmy Autocrafting. Technically, we've done that. I'm going to go ahead and mark that off. And this right here, craft a couple Alchemic Chemistry Sets and use them to make Offensia. Now you can create powered spawners for mob drops you need lots of. Technically, we can go ahead and mark that off. We have Offensia. We haven't automated it yet, but we will do that in the next few episodes. So I want to wait until I have automatic blood production before I automate Alchemic Chemistry Sets and stuff like that. So. But anyways, next episode will be a lot of mob work. Okay, a little bit of machine automation because we need to start automating alloys. We really, really do. And then from after that, it'll be farming aspids with Lycanites. We're gonna, I mean, I guess technically we could probably slip by without having to do that, since we have that blood orb already. But I do want to start getting into Lycanites mobs, and the aspids are very, very useful for that regen effect. So we'll do that next episode. And we'll set up probably our first spawner, our first powered spawner, and we'll start killing off Cyclopses, getting Cyclops eyes, and making Magic Callus with that. So, and then depending, pretty much the entire episode is going to be dedicated to blood magic, towards spawners and doing that stuff. So depending, we might start working on our Bound Blade, but it's going to be expensive. It's going to be very, very expensive to work towards that. The Bound Blade is not a simple process in this pack, because it requires a Golden Fury. So, Fury Fires, Gold Blocks, acquired by defeating the King of Scorchers, summoned by an Infernal Flame in the Nether. It's a bit of a process, and it's not going to be easy at all. So, just a heads up. But we'll start messing with that next episode, and depending, we may actually just automate the King of Scorchers. We'll see. We shall see. So, but anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys then.